What's up guys, MIKombat here with yet another Mortal Kombat related video. I sure do talk about a lot of these, makes me think I should talk about other topics that are not NRS related games. Anyways, I was sitting at work because I actually do have a job, and was in deep thought when a question popped into my head. Is Armageddon still going to happen? And the answer is yes, of course Armageddon is still going to happen. It was always going to happen. It was never stopped. I thought it would just be a bit fun to go over some of my thoughts on why Armageddon is still going to happen. That was until I came across a realization while writing this very script that everything that has happened in the current rebooted timeline is all Raiden's fault. Yes, our Earthrealm Protector is at fault for most of the things that have happened in the MK9 reboot and MKX. I guess you could call this a game theory, but then again, I don't think Matt would touch Mortal Kombat with a 20-foot pole because YouTube just loves to demonetize anything Mortal Kombat related. And with a large portion of this script already written with Armageddon in mind, I'm going to keep what I do have in, as this does still relate to Armageddon in some ways. Now, to even begin talking about this, we have to go back and talk about the actual events of Mortal Kombat Armageddon to get everyone back up to speed. For those who either haven't played the 3D era of Mortal Kombat games, have forgotten bits and pieces of Mortal Kombat's lore, or not around to play those games. We have to go back and talk about when the realm of Edenia, you know where Kitana, Jade, and Sindel are from, when they lived in relative peace, and one where the Edenian gods are still alive. We are going to be talking about Argus, who was the father of Taven, Dagon, and Raiden. Argus was the strongest of the Edenian gods, but regardless of that, he would receive visions of what he thought was the apocalypse. As with each new game in the series, it brought with it new characters to the franchise. Kind of like what happened when Mortal Kombat X came out, with it having 8 new characters in the base game, and no, I'm not counting the DLC characters, or guest characters, because guest characters are not canon. And ultimately, over the course of the games, these fighters would become much stronger, and in many cases would cause more destruction than good. Argus, fearing that this would lead to the realms being torn apart, worried that the visions would come to fruition, Argus told the Elder Gods about the situation, and they told him to do what he thought was right. Now, Argus didn't want the situation to happen at all, and thus came to the decision to kill every last combatant before Armageddon could even happen. However, his wife convinced him that not all the combatants were evil and did deserve the opportunity to live. It was then that he came up with the idea of the Pyramid of Argus. Then he would create a powerful being known as Blaze that would guard the top, so that one of his sons, Taven or Dagon, and not Rain for some reason, would be able to challenge his power and absorb Blaze, which in turn would take away all the powers of the combatants around the pyramid, as the Pyramid of Argus was set to be the final battleground for all the combatants. Now, we all know what happens next. Neither Taven or Dagon were able to obtain Blaze's power, and then I have no idea how the fuck Shao Kahn even got to the top of the Pyramid of Argus in the first place. As last we saw him in the intro cutscene of Mortal Kombat Armageddon, he was being taken away by Onaga as an act of revenge. But not only did Shao Kahn somehow kill and or incapacitate Onaga, the Dragon King, which the only way you could do that before was to poison him, but he made his way all the way back to the pyramid and took down anyone else who was currently alive, and then proceeded to take down Blaze, which was confirmed with the intro cutscene of the MK9 reboot that Shao Kahn was the one who obtained Blaze's power. Now we finally come to the reboot of the series, Mortal Kombat 9. Now to start, even though by the end of Mortal Kombat 9 it was shown Raiden defeating Shao Kahn, that wasn't the same scene as was shown at the beginning of the story mode. At the intro cutscene of the game, they are on top of the Pyramid of Argus. Then at the end of the game, they are on top of some random building. Anyway, Shao Kahn would then proceed kicking Raiden's ass left and right, while giving his big speech about the Elder Gods and the rule of Mortal Kombat not being able to hold him back anymore, giving Raiden just enough time to send a message back in time. Now the message, Dark Raiden Sends Back in Time, is about allowing Shao Kahn to invade Earthrealm, that it was against the rules in Mortal Kombat, in reference to the Mortal Kombat 3 timeline, which in turn would lead to the Elder Gods to banish and or imprison Shao Kahn instead. In the original timeline, Shao Kahn retreats to Outworld after being defeated by Liu Kang, because Liu Kang defeats everyone in this series, until he dies in Deadly Alliance. With all that out of the way, Raiden has done absolutely nothing to stop Armageddon from happening, other than have banished / imprisoned Shao Kahn with the help of the Elder Gods for the time being. Plus, a lot of the things that happened in MK9 was all Raiden's fault. Sub-Zero being cyberized, Raiden's fault because he saved Smoke from being cyberized. Or when Noob Saibot was kicked into a Soul NATO instead of Scorpion, as the timeline is trying to fix itself by replacing one thing for another. You want more evidence? Well, I'll give you the best piece of evidence I can give then. When Raiden kills Mutaro, stopping him from killing Johnny Cage, as shown in Striker's chapter, it leads to half the cast dying! As in the original timeline, Mutaro kills Johnny Cage in MK3, but because Raiden stopped Mutaro from killing Johnny Cage, he ended up fucking the timeline even more, leading to Shao Kahn putting Mutaro's soul along with Shang Tsung's soul into Sindel after she was resurrected. They put a sub-boss's soul into Sindel, making her even stronger. Sindel then goes off to murder half the cast, which includes most of Earthrealm's warriors. But if you notice, during that part, the only 2 people in the room she doesn't kill are both Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade, but then proceeds to murder everyone else with very little effort other than beating the crap out of Kitana for the longest time, prolonging her death, and then having to be stopped by Nightwolf, and the only way Nightwolf killed her was that he had to sacrifice himself. And if you also notice this little thing, when future Dark Raiden sends past Raiden the message, one of the images of the bits and pieces of Mortal Kombat's timeline we see is Mutaro killing Johnny. But now that doesn't happen, and that is a part that Raiden specifically stops. So the timeline then fixes itself in a larger way. Again, it is all Raiden's fault. How the fuck are you the protector of Earthrealm? Raiden screws up constantly in this game, even going as far as to give up the souls of his Earthrealm warriors that previously died to get help from Quan Chi, ultimately finding out that Quan Chi already has the Earthrealm warriors that were killed by Sindel, along with Sindel, by the way, under his control. Then by the end of the game, where Raiden is supposed to let Liu Kang take care of Shao Kahn, instead, he kills Liu Kang sooner than he is supposed to die. Oops, Raiden. Maybe you could have just teleported behind Liu Kang and then teleported him to the other side of the earth, or even chopped him in the back of the neck and KO'd him. Anything other than shock him, which then combined with Liu Kang's fire somehow, killing the Mortal Kombat champ. You know, at the rate I am doing this video, I should just do a complete review of Mortal Kombat 9 story mode. 10,000 subscribers special. But regardless, Raiden lets Shao Kahn into Earthrealm. Shao Kahn knocks both Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade to the side because they're not the player characters, so they obviously can't fight worth a damn. Then is about to kill Raiden like he was originally going to do in the intro cutscene, only to have the Elder Gods do something for once and help Raiden because Shao Kahn violated the rules of Mortal Kombat. Raiden then beats Shao Kahn, and then Shao Kahn is banished and or imprisoned. I actually just realized something. Future Dark Raiden has set up past Raiden to actually become Dark Raiden much sooner than he is supposed to, as Raiden is supposed to become Dark Raiden in the 6th game in the franchise during Mortal Kombat Deception after he sacrifices himself trying to kill Onaga. And seeing we have Mortal Kombat 1 through 4 have already been remade, we are now moving on to the 5th game, which is actually Deadly Alliance. He is still supposed to be normal, good Raiden, but it seems like Dark Raiden, who sent back in time all these visions, mind you, that are points in time Raiden has had a hand in altering in some way, at least up till now. He has altered the timeline so much that by the end of the series, during Armageddon, he's gonna be the one to reach the top of the Pyramid of Argus to kill Blaze with Shao Kahn out of the way to gain his power. Stupidly, that makes a lot of sense if he was the only other person at the top of the pyramid of Argus at the end of Armageddon as shown at the beginning of Mortal Kombat 9 Reboot. That is, unless Noob Saibot becomes the new champion of the Elder Gods and hopefully puts Raiden in his place. And I know this sounds crazy, but I swear to God, if this is the direction that NRS is going, then give me a fucking cookie! And everything that I talked about are just small, little things that I noticed that have happened in the 2 most recent Mortal Kombat games. Just maybe I'm looking too deep into this. I mean, this video was meant to be a guess if Armageddon was going to happen, which of course it is. But somewhere along the line, this turned into a video of how much Raiden screwed up. Again, maybe I'm overthinking it. Please discuss this in the comments below. Please like and subscribe for more videos. And follow me on Twitter at MIKombat for more updates on future videos. And I will see you guys in the next one.